It's a great day. Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Betty Speaks. I am the CEO and founder of Overcoming Battles by Being Strong and Courageous. And I also have a show that's called SOAR Inspirational TV. Yes, SOAR Inspirational TV. You see, my number one priority that allowed me to bounce back from my setback was the scripture that is paraphrased out of Isaiah 40 and 31. And I say paraphrase because I just remember two words in that scripture: being inspired by hope and the ability to soar like an eagle. I want you to know that in my life journey, I have encountered so many setbacks. I am retired successfully from the United States Army, and that in itself left me with several setbacks. I was traumatized upon my retirement. There were things that happened to me that I encountered while as I served my country in the military, and I didn't realize that I had a problem until I began to allow things to take control of my mind. I began to think that I was still at war. Those things that were traumatizing to me as they happened in the military, they followed me once I retired. You see, I thought that by me retiring from the military, that would just settle everything that I had been exposed to. But it didn't. No, it did not. I actually could not stand the smell of bacon cooking because it reminded me of a body that had been involved in a bombing, or I couldn't stand the sound of a baby cry because it reminded me of a sound of a soldier crying out for help. It was just one thing after the other. And I actually wanted to take my life trying to end the pain. You see, I got stuck in that setback. And then I bounced back because there were others out there like me that had remnants of being in the military that were stuck with not socializing with others because of things they had been exposed to. So the moment I realized that there was help available, I began to bounce back and take control of a new life, and then began to empower others with the inspiration of hope. And then, just as I was beginning to feel like I had control of my life, my feelings, my emotions, and you name it. I thought that, okay, I am much better now. Betty is a new Betty. And then I received a call. Yes, I received a call on August 8th, 2018. You see, I'll never forget that date because all over social media, all over the media period, everyone was talking about August 8th, 2018, the year of the great. So many times that it had been a long time since August 8th had fallen on the 8th, and then that particular year was had the number 8 behind it. And then everyone knows that the number 8 is such a powerful number in itself. But what happened to me at 8:30 on August 8th, 2018? I received a call from my doctor. It was my women's health doctor. And I remember hearing her voice and I'm thinking, who gets a call from their doctor at 8:30 in the morning? That kind of baffled me. I'm stuck with that. And then she said, Betty, I had to be the one to tell you this. And as she's speaking, I'm thinking she's going to give me some good news because she had to be the one to tell me. But she said, you have cancer. And all I heard her say was cancer. As a matter of fact, she said that you have an aggressive cancer. And there was something after that, but the word cancer, that 6-letter word, I didn't hear anything after that. I mean, I was literally, I honestly just, it was as if my life stopped that very moment. It was like I could hear nothing, I could see nothing. I just, the word cancer just echoed in my ear over and over and over and over. Now, remember, I shared with you that I had been exposed to some things in the military that had traumatized me. I mean, literally, to the point where I remembered that when I joined the military, one of the slogans was fun, travel, and adventure. And when I got to some of the adventurous part, I'm thinking this wasn't the type of adventure I was looking for. But then after you get over, you think you've overcome one battle. I started thinking, why me? Cancer? I don't even remember saying goodbye to my doctor. I don't remember the phone being the call being disconnected as a result of hearing that 6-letter word. My husband and I had been advocates for American Cancer Society for years. We were the ones that did the cancer walk. We were the ones that participated in our friends or our friends' families that had been involved in cancer in some kind of way. I recall my stepmom, whom I love dearly, battling with breast cancer, and now to hear Betty, you have cancer, that was definitely not only a setback, but like a TKO for me. For 2 weeks, maybe longer, I wailed. I wasn't taking any phone calls. I don't even think I took a shower. I just couldn't imagine. I was by myself too. My husband was away like normally he does every summer. He goes away for several months to participate in his job with doing things to support others. And I always had the summer months to myself, doing what Betty Speaks wants to do. And then to deal with this all by myself, I'll never forget a friend called and I took her call. I saw her face populate on my phone, and then I took her call for some reason. I'll tell you the reason actually. I knew she had gone through cancer. I just remembered that this is someone who battled cancer as well. So after taking her call, she said, "Hey girl, how you doing?" Real cheerful and glad to hear my voice. I said I was okay, I thought. And then she said, "What's going on? You're not your cheerful self right now. I just had you on my mind and I just had to stop doing what I was doing to call you." And I said, "I have cancer." And she said, "What did you just say?" And I repeated it to her. And I have to share with you that within a matter of minutes, she was at my door. Her name is Brandy. I love Brandy. I really love you, Brandy. But listen, Brandy lives 50 minutes or more from my home. And she was here, it felt like, in 2 minutes. And she embraced me with love and she said everything was going to be all right. I'm here for you. She gave me that attention that I so needed. She gave me that faith, that hope that I needed at that particular moment. And I have to say that it felt so good being able to chat with someone that understood, that knew exactly what the next steps were, because I'm sure that my doctor has shared those steps with me, but I couldn't believe it. I wasn't receiving it. I didn't want to socialize with anyone now. Like I said before, I'm that person that was ready to take my life because I couldn't deal with some other traumatizing things. And now it was like, okay, I'm going to give this to you. You are the chosen one for me to bless with this because I know no one can handle it like you can. But I could not have done it without Brandy. It was another take on, like I said before, that priority of bouncing back from your setback is the ability to know that your spirituality is given to you by hope, and then you have to soar like an eagle in order to move forward. So Brandy was that other gift that was given to me that made me realize that, girl, you have hope, remember? You have been inspired with hope, and you have the ability to soar because there's no other eagle like you. You are that champion, and you could do this. So that was my lessons learned out of this ordeal. I realized that now, before I had a new tribe that was filled with others that had been traumatized by some things that had happened to them in the military or even in their jobs. It didn't have to be someone that was serving their country. It could have been someone that was serving their community, but they were traumatized by something that had happened to them while in the line of their duty. So guess what? I'm a civilian now. I'm out enjoying my life by empowering others with hope and inspiring others with hope, and then motivating others to continue to soar in their life because they too can be champions in the midst of whatever storms that they are currently going through. So, guess what happened? I had surgery within 30 days because that's just how aggressive that cancer thought it was taking control of my life. Yes, I had treatments, I had surgeries, and then I bounced back. And at the end of the day, I had a new tribe to set the example for. I wasn't the only one at the hospital that day that had surgery. As a matter of fact, on September the 13th, a few days after September the 11th, which is another traumatic day for so many of us, I was one of 12 women that was going through surgery that particular day. Yes. And according to American Cancer Society, more than 2 million individuals find out that they have cancer every single day. So, like I said before, the lesson learned out of this for me is that I have the ability to speak to a new tribe. I have the ability to empower others with not only traumatic situations, but just the trauma of knowing that you have cancer. You may be going through treatment with cancer, but don't settle less than that. You can beat it. You can fight for it. You can fight for your life. That's what I want you to know. You can soar higher than what it is that you have been exposed to. And that's the beauty of relying and then recalling on Isaiah 40 and 31. Just know the fact that he will give you the inspiration to have hope. And when I say hope, I mean hope is like you when you or allow yourself to help other people enjoy life. When I tell you about hope, I'm saying help other people every day. When I say hope, you help other people excel. That's the beauty of being able to bounce back from your setback because you can inspire others with hope. And then to be like an eagle, there's nothing, no bird greater than the eagle. Eagles soar high. That's what they do. That's why they are champions. They soar high. And I can remember just a few days ago when I was flying from across the United States and being above the clouds. And all along, we were here about the storms in this city, the storms in that city. And I promise you, I could see an eagle flying above the clouds because you see, eagles don't run into the storm and or fly low with the storms. They fly above the storms in order to survive. That's just one of their survivors. They're champions. You don't see eagles hanging down with the pharaohs or the pigeons or the chickens. No, they fly with other eagles. So that's why I am a champion today. This is the reason why I bounce back from all of my setbacks, because I know that I'm a chosen one. It doesn't matter what comes along. I don't even pray Prey on it. I pray Pray against it, because I know that if anyone would catch anything, is Dr. Betty Speaks, and she is already girded up with her other eagles so that she can fly above the storms that she might one day that challenge her. And that's what I want to empower each and every one of you today. Those of you that are waiting for your bounce back, now is the time. Now is the time for you to bounce back from your setback. If you've gone through a divorce, guess what? I had to bounce back from that too. If you've had a mental issue that you had to bounce back from, there is nothing like being in the middle of a war, in a battle, knowing that you never intended to join a battle. You just wanted to be in the military for fun, travel, and adventure. And then when the adventure parts come, you're issued real munitions so you can not only protect your soldiers, but protect yourself and your country. See, that's the adventurous part that I wasn't expecting, but I bounced back from it. So if you are the one that's never given life to another life, you can bounce back from that too, because there are plenty of lives out there that are waiting for someone to allow them to excel and to conquer. They're waiting for someone to empower them with hope and teach them to soar. And when I say soar, I'm talking about soar, SOAR, seize opportunities and rise. When I tell you it's time for you to soar, it's time for you to soar. SOAR, seize opportunity and reclaim what's yours. When I tell you that it is time for you to soar, SOAR, you want to seize opportunities and rebuild. Whatever has torn you down, it's time for you to rebuild yourself, rebuild your life, because when you experience, as you go about your life journey and you experience certain things in life, you will realize that life, LIFE, is all about living intentionally forever. So it's okay to go through challenging times in life, as long as you remember that there's hope, and that you can challenge yourself to soar. I love what Michelle Obama said a couple of years ago about we soar high and not low. That's what happens to those who are the chosen ones. We soar high and not low. It takes you a while to understand that and to embrace that, but you can do it. You can do it. I actually asked you that you take account of all of your setbacks. I challenge you to do that. Take account of all of your setbacks and realize that you too can soar high and not low. Go ahead and fly with the eagles. You're not the only one. You see, I thought I was the only one that was traumatized by military trauma, or I thought I was the only one that had received cancer. You begin to feel like me too. You begin to feel lonely, but you're not the only one. You're the chosen one. And that's why you have to bounce back. That's why you will bounce back like a champion. Muhammad Ali said it best. He was, so many people ask him, what is it about you that makes you a champion? He said, if you can conceive it in your head, and believe it in your heart, then you will achieve it. That's what champions do. That's what eagles do. They achieve the desires of their heart, and so can you. I'm telling you, this has been such a blessing to be a part of the Comeback Champion Summit, because I know that I am, I know that I am a comeback champion. I have to tell you that over and over again. I am that comeback champion. I have survived military trauma, military battles, real battles. I have survived real cancer. Yes, I'm a survivor. So I know that I am a champion, and so are you. I challenge you to go ahead and conquer your setbacks and bounce back from them. This has been Dr. Betty Speaks, and I have to tell you that again, I am a champion. And not only that, today is my new year.